Hey, welcome back to our humble podcast. It's your host, GT. I got with me my amazing co-host, Christina.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. We are here today with our third, technically it's like our fifth episode, but it's our third for those who have been keeping up with the podcast and the archives. But cool thing about this show is we also air on television, and this will be the fifth episode that airs on TV. So I'm excited to introduce to you guys our guest today is another one of my brothers, fellow humble king, and he has many things that he's involved in. Excited to unpack some of that today, but Mr. Riccardo Montgomery is our guest today. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. You and Christina, you guys doing an amazing job, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man.
Christina, you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Just want you to know that.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. Keep it up.
So it sounds like you watched some of the past episodes.
Of course, I got to support you, man. Got to support my boy. We can't do this
Right.
if we don't support each other, you know?
I appreciate it, man. So you're probably familiar with the format. We always open with the icebreaker. So I've been kind of struggling to figure out what the icebreaker was going to be for this episode because
I'm so talented.
so talented, right? But I wanted to make sure it was something that was kind of personal and actually like kind of delve a little bit into like your background. It's also something I've been kind of wondering for myself. I think I kind of have an understanding of this, but why Nebraska?
Well, to be honest, it's really, it's God, man.
Yeah.
Just straight up. My wife and I, we were, kind of frustrated in Missouri, and we were just looking for a place to come to, just get away, just kind of relax, get away for a little bit. We came here, man, and hey, dude, you guys just showed us the love that we ain't seen in a long time from a city, and
That's great.
that's why Nebraska. That's why we're
Okay.
here, man, because the people here,
Right.
showed us. I think we heard Nebraska nice is what it called it, and
It's not Midwest nice.
no, Nebraska nice. I
Okay.
mean, we was in Missouri, so it was
That's still the Midwest,
so,
yeah.
So it's a little different when you go there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could say now you guys are honorary Nebraskans.
Yeah, we like to say we're Nebraskans. As a matter of fact, we went back to Mississippi, my hometown, and they was like, "So where y'all from?" We were like, "Nebraska, baby," and they were like, "Y'all proud of that?" Huh?" I was like, "Yeah,
Yes,
boy."
buddy. Nebraska is pretty nice, man. It has been good to me, but the weather is still something that I struggle with. And to your point, like Missouri is still technically Midwest. You still have some of the weather issues there. Mississippi is southern, right?
Yeah,
All right. I'm not very good at geometry, but
we're we're down there,
way down there.
close to
So-
water,
Decent weather.
hot weather.
Okay.
Yeah, the stuff that you really don't want. Like, I take this winter over their summers anytime.
Really.
Dude, when you step out there in 30 seconds after you just took a nice, good, clean shower,
Uh-huh.
and you step outside and you're sweaty
sweating.
from head to toe, you get tired of that real quick.
Is it like the wet heat,
Oh,
like
it's the
humid?
humidity. The
Okay.
humidity is the enemy. It is the enemy. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, if you're a Christian and you go down south and you go down there in the summertime, you only go out, just like you do here, when it's cool. Like, when it warms up, people get out, because it's so cold.
Right.
Down there, they only come out after 8 o'clock. Throughout the rest of the day, everybody's in the house. It's too hot to go outside.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I was in Arizona for a while, and it's kind of similar thing. Like you don't want to be outside in the peak of the day. It's like burning. Yeah, I feel that. So, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska. Where else have you lived?
I don't have enough time for that, man.
Okay.
But Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Missouri.
So military, or why did you travel so much?
No, broadcast television.
Okay.
This stuff here, man. I've been doing this since my freshman year of college, man. God has really blessed me. I've told my dad when I was in high school what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a sports anchor. I was watching ESPN like all the other little kids, and I wanted to be on TV. And I told my dad and I told my mom, and for you kids out there, tell your parents what you want to do. Don't ever not tell your parents what you want to do because they may know people. And one day, a news director walked into my mom's job. Never happened. It ain't happened since.
That's crazy.
And my mom said, "Hey, my son wants to be in TV." She said, "Come on down. I'll give him an internship." I got an internship my freshman year of college. Got a job by the end, and I was a rock star on campus after that.
Oh yeah, you're already working for the station. That's
And I
huge.
wasn't fully saved either. Yeah, boy. Yes, sir.
Party it up.
Yeah, I don't talk about those days because I'm at a different level in life.
Different person now.
Yeah, but I can tell you, I enjoy being on campus.
Nice.
Yeah, I
What
got a
school
lot
is
of
that?
University of Southern Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah, Brett Favre went to school there. In
Nice.
case you didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
awesome.
only way I can explain. Like, because
The significance.
other people know people that went to school there, but he's one of the ones that's like,
Everybody
he
knows
just dropped the
Brett Favre.
name and said, "Okay, I know who that is."
Yep. Yep. So obviously sports is a big part of your life.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love sports, man. It's just a way of connecting with people. When you don't get sometimes you try to find like how to mesh with someone. A lot of times sports kind of just be that little thing that you can connect a little bit, and then you can grow your relationship from there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's interesting because, like I was saying, in that trying to figure out icebreaker question, trying to lean on the stuff I knew about you, and I know that sports is a big part of your life, that media is a big part of your life, but I'm not really like I've been one like I participated in sports in school. I wrestled, played football, tried baseball. I played one baseball game. This is what I don't get. How do you play a game and never been to a single practice? Never went to any baseball practice.
that's called like when you're at work, and I'm sure you both know this. When you're working in short staff and you get a fresh body, that's what that's called. That's what it's, you got to go to work. You don't have no people. You got to get out there. I don't care if you can pay it or not. Just do your
On the
best.
job training.
Yeah, do your best. See, they can hide you in baseball. They can't hide you in basketball and football.
No, not
They
at
can
all.
hide you in
Yeah, out in
baseball.
the
Just
field.
stick over there in the left
Yeah.
field. Yeah, see.
Try to grab a ball.
I was a
Christina
catcher.
get it.
I was a catcher. I was probably the reason we lost too.
You had a very important job.
To never be there.
And no
Go for
practice.
it.
I couldn't throw. I couldn't
Oh, yeah,
hit.
yeah,
I couldn't catch.
The catcher's
don't
normally the
know.
captain, and that's the reason why you probably get the leader that you are now, because you're a natural, catcher. Catchers are the leaders on the baseball team. No one really knows that, but
I didn't know that.
the catchers knows everything. They have to know the pitch, what the pitcher's pitching. They need to know how to get the ball to whichever position. It's really the captain out there.
So you're telling him that, and he's like, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I'm just telling you because even though he may not knew, but look where you are now,
Naturally.
and you're just a natural leader.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
But we're here to talk about you.
I'm good at reflecting back.
I see that. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be a real cool, interesting conversation. Like we were talking about before we started recording, how you're usually the one on this side of the camera,
Yeah.
the one doing the interviewing. How's this experience for you?
Oh, now we're talking. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just feel like I just put it back on you, and that's you and Christina. That's kind of like my job right now. It's just to figure out how to take what you say, answer it, and then put it back.
Okay. Keep the dialogue
Keep
going.
the dialogue going.
Yeah.
Because see, Christina jumped in and she was talking and laughing. See, she's loving this conversation,
And she's not even into sports.
and she's not even in this.
What?
Are you? Oh, that's right. Huskers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. So do you have a favorite sport?
Yeah, basketball. Oh,
Basketball?
I love basketball, man. That's coming up, man. That's all I really played. Like a lot of people thought I played football,
Yeah.
but no, I played basketball. I used to be called Baby Barkley in my neighborhood.
Okay.
I was a Horace Grant fan, same position, but everybody just called me Baby Barkley. But I
Do you know who
enjoy-
Barkley is?
Charles Barkley.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I saw. What was it? Space Jam.
Yeah, he was in Space Jam. Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah. See, the
You saw,
media.
you saw him outside of Space Jam before?
I mean, I've heard of him, but I never watched him play. That's what I was getting at earlier. I don't really watch sports. I played them, but don't really watch them. Baby
Yeah.
Barkley.
Yeah, Baby Barkley, man. I
Right.
used to love the name because it just, it was just, respect in the neighborhood, and played on a couple, played in in my school teams and stuff, and it was fun. It was fun. Very competitive. So that's kind of where my competitive drive come from. Just sports background. Because you always had to prove yourself. You're short, you're thick.
Yep.
You're always trying to prove yourself, and you have to have confidence in yourself, which kind of opens up some of the things that I do. Whenever I have to move somewhere, I'm moving somewhere. When I was in broadcast television, I'm moving by myself. So you got to build that confidence up in yourself to be able to go somewhere new, make new friends, do the job that you came there to do, but then still, be confident enough that you are that talented, that good. Because if you go somewhere new, a lot of people tell you that, oh, you're not good enough. They don't know you, so they don't really care. But when you have Christ leading you, that confidence really gets an extra boost because you're like, if no one cares about me, at least I got Jesus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it can wear you down. And I know just like moving here, like me and my wife, we was talking, and she was like, how are we going to make this work? And I'm like, just don't even worry about it. We got Jesus, all we need. Let's go.
Dude,
Let's
that's
do it.
huge. Yeah, you kind of sparked me of experience I had. Not necessarily similar. I was just out of college and tried to like create a life in Iowa. This is one of the hardest seasons like I ever had in life. There's just a couple that like compete with it, but not having family there, being out on my own for the first time, being responsible for like bills and everything, and finances were a struggle. But one thing that I learned in that season is kind of what you were talking about. Like God is always faithful to provide, and that's something that we can count on. That His promise that He provides for the flowers, He provides for the animals.
Yeah.
He made us in His image. How would He not provide all our needs? Especially those that follow Him and that love Him. I'm not saying that life's going to be easy, but
Right.
that's something that we can bank on. This guy's going to provide.
Exactly.
We're going through a sermon series at church now that is about the different names of God. And I don't know what the one is. Maybe it's Elohim. But I know that there is a name for God that is God the provider.
I think it's I had to sing the song. I don't feel like singing right now. But it is
Put you on the spot.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
Jireh, okay.
Jireh, that's it.
Nice.
My provider.
I love it. So let's talk about your faith. How old were you? Did you grow up in the church? We kind of talked about college days.
Yeah, I did grow up in church.
Right.
I was one of those ones who had a grandmother that wore all white.
Okay.
You see, when you wear all white, Christina, that means you got power.
Yeah.
You big time in the church, especially in the black church. So my grandma wore all white. We got a big family, so I had like at least 15 cousins. And funny, quick story. So we all got baptized at the same time, all my cousins. This is just our own service, I guess. I don't know. But it was baptism Sunday. My grandma said we all getting baptized. And I swear I heard my pastor at that time say, how many more of them is left? And I was near the end.
That's a whole lot.
And they said about 5 more. He said, good man, there's too many anymore. And that's how we
funny.
baptized. But we was deep, man. But my grandma would always make me sit next to her. Always.
So you start clowning.
I couldn't clown.
Right.
But all my cousins, they got to sit in the balcony. So I could look up there and see them sitting in the balcony, joking around, having a good time.
Yeah.
But I was sitting next to grandma. And that's where it started. She made me go to junior deacon. She put me in Sunday school. Like, I had it all, man. And she put that foundation in me. And, so the faith has always been there. Of course, over life, you just drift because that's what we do.
Right.
But I'm glad that she instilled that in me, and my mom picked it up. And my mom one to one now. She's retired, so she like go to all the, she just looks in the newspaper, look for obituaries, see if there's anybody she knew up in there, or if she knew him closely or not. Oh yeah, I remember Deacon Green. He was over there at the other church. I'm gonna go to his funeral today. Why would you, call up? Why what
Oh,
you doing? I'm at Deacon
Jeez.
Green funeral.
Oh no.
She ain't got nothing to do, so she's retired. That's what she
Right.
does now. So she gonna, hey, I
Keeps
told
her
that.
busy.
But 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 yeah, I grew up in the church, man, and it was great because my dad was doing his thing because my mom and dad had me at a young age, so my grandmothers really you know brought me up, and my both my grandmothers were saved, and so I want go to church with Big Mama, go to church with my dad's mama. I'm going to church, so Sundays I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
yeah.
And yes, when I got away and came back, and I'm just thankful that before both of them passed away, that they got to see me be saved and be on this level,
Yeah.
and see that their work didn't go to the wayside. You
For
know.
sure. That's a really good point because I have a similar story. I grew up in church, so I was in the church, but the church wasn't in me until college, when I actually like was introduced with the gospel of
Mm.
Jesus and what that really means. Could you talk about? And this isn't a religious podcast or anything. It's just
No, it's just
this
I'm just giving
conversation
you
that's
my
coming
truth.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
What was that conversion experience like for you?
it was it was one of those ones where it was kind of like, I don't know if it's real or not, because I mean the church was the best place to get the girls. To be honest. Just
Right.
being honest, man. The church, growing up in that thing, and then you get older, and that's where you at. Now you meet some nice girls up in there, like, you ain't got to worry about too much. But
Right.
you get your nice little girl out
People
there.
in church trying to get better.
Exactly. But when I really gave it over to Christ, it was um, probably like the early 2000s,
Okay.
when I was in Alabama, and really just came down, and no, I was in Tennessee. Sorry, I was in Tennessee, and it just came down, and everything just changed. Uh, just the way of thinking, uh, making sure that what I was doing was glorifying Him as much as I possibly in the time that I knew. And then I just started my journey from there. And now it's like, how do you just got to keep growing. But then it's all about the people you put in front of you too.
Right.
It's, you have to be a blessing. He's giving you all these blessings. He's waking you up every morning. He's doing these things. What are you doing for someone else? And it's more than just giving people money or giving them things. It's like, how are you helping them grow?
Mm.
Are you that light that can, make someone feel like, okay, I'm with a person who cares about something, and that's just, yeah, that's how it goes for me, man. So I just grew and just continue to grow the best I can. I mean, I ain't gonna do everything perfect.
Right.
I still love my R&B, still love my hip hop, but it comes to a point where if it's Christ or giving up something for the world, I'm always choose Christ because it's just in me like that now.
It's beautiful. It's a good point of it just makes me think about that old saying, if you feed a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. That point of we can give people money or we can give them resources and skills that help them to fulfill their purpose in life and to improve their life.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, let's be real. I like to put things out there flat out. Like, I didn't know anything about our humble podcast, and you told me like, hey man, they got this going on over here. You might want to check it out. That was better than money
Yeah.
because you opened up a door for me. And the same vice versa, like, hey man, they got this going on over here. And it's like, if you open up a door, then other things will happen instead of just giving someone some money to do something because we don't know what God can move in certain areas. This could be like huge, you know, in whatever time frame, but it's all about where we start from,
Right.
and how our hearts are. And that's why I like the group, man, Humble Kings, man, because everybody got a heart for each other. It's not like one person is trying to get up over another one. It's everybody just got a heart for each other. Let's do the best we can. Let's grow this web like we was talking about, and let's put everything in one spot. But let's everybody do their thing, and we all can support each other. And just to have something like that, man, being from other places, like you guys got something that's beautiful that I don't know if y'all really know how good it is because in other places, man, people just out for self.
Mm-hmm.
And you just you're trying to fight through the weeds and you're thinking someone is going to be a good brother or try to give you a hands up, and they're just like, I'm just trying to figure out what I can get out of you so I can lift my own self up.
Right.
And, I like to call it the crab in the bucket mindset. And we'll never win with the crab in the bucket mindset because if you get up, you got to turn you around and come on, brother, let's go.
Help others out.
Help others up, man. Whether it's a
Absolutely.
brother or a sister, man. And we seen the results of it, just by starting out small. You see the results and how people now are building themselves with more confidence and saying, hey, I got an opportunity to do something more. And then they start working their opportunities and they meet someone else and they meet someone else. And then these people are like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. I got an opportunity over here for you. And it just grows from there.
Yeah.
The money will come.
Right.
But if we support each other, then I believe that's exactly what Christ wants from us all. It's not like he went around saying, hey, I'm Jesus, son. Believe in me. And you go $10.
Right.
It's if you believe who I am, then things will happen for your good. But if you don't, what can I do?
Yeah. You're stifled by your own unbelief.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. We do really try to build something meaningful and impactful here in Omaha. And we are like really early out, even though we've been doing it for a while. I feel like vision and structure are things that are super important to progress at any point beyond, what is typical. So it's coming. It's slow moving, but we're making progress and building a reputation. And
you got to crawl for your walk.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and I know it's probably not the way we wanted to go with the show right now, but
it's all good, man.
But the reason why I bring it up is because I don't think you guys get enough credit. I tell people about it.
Thank you.
In my circles, that's outside of Omaha and other areas. Like this is something that is completely different, and you only see it. I mean, like I see it back at home in Mississippi. When I go home, I see people helping each other, doing the things they can to support each other, keep each other's business going forward. And when I see it here, I'm like, okay, this is where this is where it's at. Like this is a hub for it. And I just want to grow it, man. I know Omaha is not like what everybody think, kind of like what you said as soon as you asked me the question, like why Nebraska? That's what people think, but they don't realize that this is a special place. And for everybody who's at home watching this, or if you catch it on anywhere else, man, just know that you are in a special place, and you should treasure the things that you have, because you go somewhere else, it's not as easy as it is here. Maybe struggles, but you can accomplish that just by hard work and just putting putting your head down and just competing for your position. But there's nobody really hating and trying to pull you back. Not here, not as far as I've seen.
Yeah. I think it is a matter of like where you are, because I'm sure there's stuff like that going on here, but people like you and I, like we do a good job of limiting our exposure to those type of people. Mm-hmm. If it's a toxic person that is like just constantly tearing people down, like why would I want somebody like that around me?
Exactly.
So we have been like really blessed to build a network of people who are true and authentic and hardworking and ambitious, and we do a good job of working together to make these things happen.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
Yes, sir. So you talked about like your broadcast experience. Let's real quick, if you can plug what you're doing now. We're gonna need to go to a break here soon. But if you talk about like your show and what you guys are doing now.
Well, my show is called Straight Talk with Riccardo Montgomery. It's a Christian-based talk show where we talk about what's going on in the world related back to Christian values. Bring the fun side of Christianity out. Not preaching, not throwing the Bibles, but even though maybe last week's show I kind of went Stephen A. because I got a little upset over some things I saw during Resurrection
Easter.
Week.
Man. Dude.
uh, but I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want to get on my soapbox. If you don't blew past your break, but yeah. So Straight Talk, it's on radio. We got television, radio size on KCRO, and so you can catch that every Friday on all streaming services. So if you want to like and subscribe, hook a brother up. So if you want to go on Spotify, all the big boys out there, it's there. We do the visual side, so it used to broadcast out of Divine Truth Christian Bookstore, but since we have a nice, beautiful setup at KCRO, just started filming the show in there while I'm doing it, and we play local Christian artists, man.
Huge.
The only one in town. So if you got
That's
music out
huge.
there, if you got music, and it's gospel music, I don't care if it's hip hop, I don't care if it's contemporary, urban, I don't care. If it's Christian music, get it to me. Straight Talk 873 at gmail.com. And man, that's been true a blessing. We at GT got your music on there. Pretty much everybody around the city, man, that I've gotten to know. And it's been a good response to it, man. A lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know we had so many local artists. And it's sad.
Yeah, it
'Cause
is.
it's like,
It is, yeah.
you guys are killing it here, man. And I'm just thankful that God opened up a door. Well, first I had to thank my wife because she's the one who God talked to. Because obviously I was thinking something different. I was playing Kirk Franklin and all them boys because I'm getting all the information and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, people gonna love this because it's, this person or this person. And nah, they want their people.
Homegrown.
They want homegrown.
Nice. I love
So,
it.
yep.
All right, we're going to take a break. For those tuning in on television, we want to thank you for watching our humble podcast this week. We'll be back next week with the second part of this interview. You can also catch us in the archive of this show on YouTube. It's uploaded to Rumble. We're also on the podcast platforms. So tap in and make sure you check out Straight Talk Radio also. We'll be back. All right, we are back. We want to welcome you guys back to our humble podcast. For those tuning in for the first time, I just want to welcome you to our humble podcast. This is a little project that we started to tell what I think are some interesting stories and really get a chance to get a snapshot of some of my friends' lives and things that they're involved in. I feel like I have some really cool, really creative friends and just want to have opportunity to share their stories with you guys. I got next to me my amazing co-host, Christina.
Am I saying hi again?
Yeah, why not?
Hello. Hello.
Why not? And our guest today is none other than the man, I want to call you Mr. Media.
That's cool.
Mr. Media,
Mr. Media.
Riccardo Montgomery.
Ba, 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 ba.
Nice. Welcome back, bro. Glad to have you
Hey,
here.
man, glad to be back, man. Thank you and Christina for having me. I'm on the Humble Podcast. Our Humble Podcast. I'm on our Humble Podcast.
Yes, sir. I'm glad that we were able to make this time to sit down and like just have a conversation. I feel like a lot of times that, I mean, we're doing it again here today, but like the only time I get to talk to some of you guys is when we're working.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what we're doing right here right now, but at least we get a chance to like get to know you a little better while we're working.
It's amazing how busy we get, right, with our stuff that we're doing, It's like, man, I ain't talked to GT then. You try to make like a guy's night out, like go to a game or do something. I think you and I are the only one that was able to do that. Everybody else we invited like can't make it.
Yeah,
So we got a chance to chill outside of this though.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks again for that. That's my first Creighton game, only Creighton game I've been to. So
That was
I
cool,
appreciate
wasn't it?
that. Yeah, it
And
was
then they
cool.
end up like almost getting to the Final Four.
Did they?
Yeah, you really don't watch sports.
Not at all, man.
I don't.
I like if I'm not working or home with the family, like I'm playing games or watching movies, but sports is not. I do like fighting. So
I'm
if
not
you ever want to go to a UFC fight or a boxing
okay.
match, like I'd be down for
I
that.
like boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you watch the? I think it was Mayweather and Mike Tyson. It was a couple years ago, but that was
Nah, pay-per-view a little bit, out of brother pocket. I like it, but I watch like what's on like, ESPN or something.
yeah,
The free stuff, like I ain't trying
right.
to. Creed is about good as it get. I pay for Creed,
Nice. That's a good fight. You get a
It's a good
couple
fight.
good fights in that too.
Yeah.
But I found a little workaround to that. You just go to a bar where they're hosting it at,
Mm.
or I guess they call them pubs or whatever. Get you some food and maybe a drink or two and
Yeah,
watch
that's
the
the key
fight.
thing right there is having some food.
Gotta have
Like you
food.
can't go anywhere. I mean, I'm from down south. Like that's part of life. You gotta wherever you go, it's like you gotta eat. So if you go to someone's
Gotta eat.
grandmother's house, they're like, "You had something to eat, baby? You been here for like 45 minutes. You hungry?" Like, no, I'm good. I just ate. No, you need something to eat.
Oh man, that is my grandma for sure. She makes sure she feeds you. Yeah, I appreciate it. 100.
I know I did.
Yeah, same, man. Same. Nice. Well, when we ended our last episode, we were talking about your show, Straight Talk Radio. How did you get into this project?
Well, Straight Talk started. My wife and I, we were going to our church back in Missouri,
Okay.
and so one of the members there had a radio show, and he's been doing it by himself for like about 6 years, I think. And so my wife told me like, hey, my husband's in the media, and I always wanted to do radio. I did it in Alabama for a short period of time, and so she told him, and he came to me. He was like, man, your wife told me you do, media. Would you like to help me with my radio show? I'm like, yeah, cool, it'd be cool. This show is about politics. Well, I ain't touching politics. I
Yeah.
don't know parts of that. But I just went and hung out with him because it was an opportunity. And, so he was like, hey, you seem like you're picking it up pretty cool. How would you like to host the show? I'm like, I can't host because I don't talk politics, but I will talk Jesus. And so we talked it over with the higher ups there and gave me the okay to just talk about like what I'm doing. Like that's how I started. So he left like I think a couple months later. He was like, I'm done. And so I talked it over with the radio station and they said, okay, well you keep it going with that. We'll just let you have it. And so Straight Talk was born from there and it started off as just having some fun, just playing music, just talking, just run off at the mouth with stuff. And again, God came in and was like, I got way more for you.
Nice.
And so then I started doing a little more research, and my wife started helping out with stuff. And then the talk format came about, and we had some great people on the show, man. Charles Jenkins, um, Isabel Davis, Clark Sisters.
Wow.
Like we had some names come in, but we also had the best time is when we had the independent artists come in because they just bring this different energy. Like it's more than just business to them. It's an opportunity. It's somebody listening to their music, and I made so many friends through that. Just like you and everybody else. And they got some really good music out there, man. So it's a blessing to be able to do that, and then now take it and put it in a television format, which is what I know better than anything.
Hmm.
Um, and now we have Video Soul. Yeah,
Video Soul.
Video Soul.
That's a new show.
New show.
Okay.
It plays all the independent artists' music videos, and
Nice.
so everybody, like these people, they put a lot of work into their art,
Yeah. And
and
money.
and money, and then it only goes to YouTube.
Right.
And that's sad because now you got to do extra work to get people to watch your video on YouTube.
Yeah, everybody's got
And
YouTube.
it's exactly, and it's only hot for that short time period because only people just like, I mean, you both go to church, you know it. If you get up to preach, you'll have a gang of folks come to see you that one time. After that, nobody wants to come see you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's how it goes for them. And now it's a platform to say, hey, here's a television show that's going to air my video. So it puts a little extra emphasis onto the music video and bring it back. So my wife was watching it for the first time. She was like, I really like this. This is really
Nice.
kind of cool. So when she said that, then I was like, yeah,
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 we got one.
yeah, yeah. We on top of the world right now, son.
So where does that show air?
Airs on YouTube right now. I can't talk about the next platform because
Okay,
we're still working on that.
cool.
So we have something major coming up soon.
Soon coming.
Soon coming.
All right.
A game changer for Christian content, but it's also here on this station too.
KPO.
Yep, KPL.
Awesome.
Yep,
And what's the name again?
Video Soul.
Video. So I
Yeah,
have to check that
it's
out.
got a nice little cool little background graphic. You kind of see me, kind of like this. I'm looking real fly, not just talking about myself, but I like the way I look at that.
Great.
I like the way I look. I look good. Yeah. Oh my mama.
So it's just the music videos.
Just music video. You
I
don't
like
see
that.
much of me talking. I may come in for about maybe a minute, mostly, of just introducing the show, taking you to the first video, and I think we get about 6 videos in each show. The show's about 30 minutes long. Get about 6 different videos in there, and man, dude, you'll sit there and be like, "Wow, I'm rocking out right now," because these people you just don't know. I mean, Will Thomas, who's a local artist here, he has 2 music videos. Got them both in the show.
Nice.
Guy named Jason Champion. I don't know if you ever heard of Men at Large, but Men at Large, I'm Cry No More, and this was a song. I think he got another song called Smile, but that's back in the day. Gerald Levert founded these guys,
Okay.
and now he does Christian music too, and so got to know him from early days of Straight Talk. Reached out to him, told him what I was doing. He's like, some permission to put his music out there. He's still an independent artist, even though he's on a major label. He still does his own stuff. Got another guy named Samson Logan. Same thing, Hollywood guy, acts, but he's still an independent artist in the Christian world. So
Nice.
got his music videos on there. So it's a mixture of a lot of different people, man. And it's really good, really good. It's a really good show. I'm not saying it because it's my show, but the music makes the show what it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was trying to think of those like old school music video shows.
Exactly.
I couldn't think of the names
Yeah,
of
like
any of them.
BET with Donnie
That's what I was
Simpson.
thinking too. Like
And you have those
BET,
shows
yeah.
and we don't have those anymore
Right.
because
BET, VH1,
you just
like
upload
that
your
stuff.
own stuff. But now it's like, hey, let's bring some nostalgia back to it with independent artists because independent artists, who don't want to see their friend. Like, just like if I tell people I'm playing your music, they're like, oh, snap, GT got new music and it's going to be on this radio show? Oh, it's cool. I want to listen to it.
Right.
That's my boy. I mean, you get more people doing that more so than, the latest Mary Mary album. Like, yeah, you'd be happy for it, but you'd be like, would you run the radio and go listen to it, or would you post like, "Oh, I just heard the new Mary Mary album"? No, it's like I saw my boy music on the radio. What?
Yeah, we want to support people we know.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, y'all, make sure you support your local artists. It's a very we need it. We need support.
I'll put it to you like this. I'll put it to you like this. It's just, in my last radio show last week, I called it "Drowsy Under the Shade," and I go in on that subject because I'm like, we'll go pay $100 to see this person, $200 to see this person, pay $1,000 to get the VIP.
How much are Katy Perry tickets?
But well, I mean, Charles Jenkins tickets. I mean, you're going to praise God with someone who's a well-known singer, not just putting them out there like that, but you get like big names, and you have to pay a lot of money, and no one complains about it. But if you say it's $10 at the door, they'd be like, "Is he trying to get rich?
$10.
He trying to get rich? He talking about $10, trying to get rich? How you gonna rich off $10?"
Right. Or yeah, man, that
But we got to support our local people because we don't know what's next. You could have the next big name. You could have the next Kurt Franklin sitting right in your neighborhood. And you could just tell those stories. I mean, I'm sure people who knew Kurt Franklin when he was growing up were like, used to run down these streets and stuff. They tell the same story all the time. It's like, it's great. But then it's like, well, this kid right here is the next, GT Dine.
yeah, we all got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that frustrates me is where like people want to support, but they don't want to fully support, so they always expect like a discount or something. Like, bro, this is what the rates are. Like, If you're gonna support. You're not gonna go into Walmart and, well, I guess some people do that. Go into Walmart and demand a deal. But yeah, man, that we shouldn't be cheapening ourselves based off of other people's standards. Like, if we want to build something significant, it costs. There is a cost.
Yeah, that's why I have so much respect for you guys, man, and the work y'all do. Because once you realize your value, no one can tell you that you have to lower your value.
Yeah.
If you wanna tell me that, if I want to advertise on Straight Talk, I'm like, this is what it's costing. And I'm not going down because I need your commercial. Like, well, God and find a way. But we're not going to lower our standards because we need strong Christian content.
Yeah.
I mean, we need it. Uh, there's everything else out there for people to gather to, but then when it comes down to the Christian community, then we want to downplay it a little bit or sugarcoat it some more. And that's just, I refuse to do that. Yeah.
Kudos to you, man. You keep your standards, keep your price, and stick to it.
Got
That
to.
conviction, man, that's
You
huge.
got to, man, because we're all trying to build something, but at the same time, we have to also be mindful that love conquers everything. So if we show our brothers and sisters love, then God will take care of the rest. But if we're out here and we're just all about self and trying to make as much as we can make, then where's God in that? And it's nowhere in that. And is it truly going to be blessed, or are you just going to be hurting yourself? And I just want to be able to go when that day calls me home and I got to stand in front of him and say, you know what? You did good. At least you didn't fall for this, because that was a trap anyway.
Mm, that's good.
I know that was deep, right?
That was deep.
I'm going to take a sip on that one. I'm going to take a sip on it.
Fighting the temptation to
Exactly.
get too deep, as we did last week.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking, like, it's so nice to hear that there's things out there that, like, growing up watching, like, the music video shows, and now as, like, a parent, the stuff that's out there, you're like, you're scared to walk away from the TV, when they're watching something. So it's nice to know that you're putting out music videos that have, a good beat to them, because
Good
who
beat
wants
to
to,
'em, kids.
but it's for your family, it's
Right.
for,
Now my daughter's picking up music now. She's 4. She's picking up music and she's singing Rand Collective, My Lighthouse, Running Around the House. And earlier, she and my wife was singing the Hallelujah song, Glory, Hallelujah. And my daughter turns around and says, "Oh, then we sang that in church."
That's
I
awesome.
And
love
so, like, to have a show like that with all the other shows that's out there,
that. Yeah.
it's good because now your kids can pick up a good wholesome song that you don't have to worry about. Like when mom comes over, I know my mama. What the hell y'all baby listen to? You let baby listen to all this stuff? Yeah. What is this foolishness y'all got this baby listening to? But not just that though. But it just kind of helps them grow and be their own independent person and not worry about what others are doing, so they can fit in with the others.
Yeah.
They can be their own independent person, and that's key for every kid, because I'm sure, like, when we grew up, you fit in. You fit in with the crowd, but now it's like you kind of want your kids to have their own individuality, because
Yeah.
we
The
realize now,
crowds
like,
are a little
you don't
bit.
have to follow the crowd. You can be
Yeah.
your own self. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I think we got a pretty good grasp of it, but I just want to ask, like, what's most important to you right now?
Faith and family, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Um, you know, you try to say friends, but I put friends in the category with family,
Family.
because my wife and I, obviously we love our family, but at the same time, our friends are like family too. We want close friends. We want friends that we can say, okay, my daughter can go stay with them if we want to go on a date night.
For
Like,
sure.
you want those type of friends to where you can laugh together, and it's not about I have to act like this so I can be around this person and be like this. You always yourself all the time. And so we're blessed, man. We came here and we have good friends. Even though my wife says all my friends, I'm like, no, it's not all my friends, but I'm the outgoing one. So,
Yeah.
but But yeah, so faith and family, man, is key for me. Everything else, comes with me. Business wise, comes with me. If we can grow a relationship, I would love to grow a relationship with the people that works and be sponsors with my show. And I'm thanking God for that because everyone who's a sponsor of the show, they all became friends. Like I don't have to worry about talking to them in a business mindset all the time. Like I talk to them like, okay, here's how the show's doing, and then go over everything, and then we can get to, hey, well, you know what, you're doing the best, blase blase, and they still hang in there with me because they believe in what you're doing, and we know God got a hand on you, and you just continue to do what you do.
It's huge. Man.
I know, man. I'm coming in deep, man.
Right?
I'm coming in hot.
Dude, I I just appreciate your heart, man, and for the relationship that we've been able to build over this short period. It's maybe a year now.
Yeah, I know. I remember I was hitting you up hard in your on Facebook, like, man, I got to get with you, man. I want to get you on the show. Blase blase. I know you like, who's this dude trying to get me on this little show, man? Who's this dude?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting there telling my wife, like, I got GT Diet. She's like, who is that? I'm like, the dude, he's from here. He's an independent artist. He this, and that. I'm crunk because I'm like, I got GT Diet. I don't know who he know here, but he know more people than I do. So I'm gonna take it from there.
Man, it's crazy the like connections that God makes to get us where He needs us to be. So I still think about how you were originally contacting me for your radio show or for your TV show, and then we ran into each other at Rogers' event, and like for me, like the face-to-face interaction is a lot more meaningful because I mean, yeah, we can use social media or whatever outlet, email to connect people and make that initial introduction, but I feel like a lot gets lost in not being able to shake a hand and look somebody in the face and like really just have a chance to like, oh, this is what you're about.
Yeah, kind of see them in motion, see people do their thing. Yeah. But by the way, not to change subject, I am 24/7 crunk. So
24/7 crunk.
crunk. I'm always upbeat, joking around, like so. Um, I feel real like I'm about to burst because I'm like super calm and mellow.
Uh,
So yeah, I'm like over here shaking my leg and shaking because I want to get up and move around.
yeah.
That's just me, man. So I just want to throw that out there in case somebody see me do something awkward or crazy. I'm like, it's just me.
Now we
Like
know.
I'm just one of those people where I enjoy having fun. I love telling jokes. I love just doing what I do. I take it serious, but at the same time, it's I gotta have fun too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I I feel like uh, I get your point. Like you guys are dressed nice, and I'm like I look like I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go perform or something. Uh, but like the different environments. Sometimes we feel like we have to tone ourselves down or present ourselves a certain way, and I totally get that.
Yeah, this is the way my wife likes me to be, like mellow down and stuff like that. Because at the house, it's like sometimes she's like, "Oh my God, just get away from me," because I'm always doing something,
Yeah,
and she's like, "Just get away, just go sit down, go over there and sit down,
go do something.
calm yourself down." And the only person that gets me is my daughter because she's just as crunk as I am. So she goes ham, I go ham. She's crawling all over me, and we're wrestling, all kinds of stuff, just having a blast. And my wife's like, I just don't know how y'all have all this energy. You guys just doing too much, and I just gotta be that, man. So even in my show, like I'm always up to something, joking around. I gotta do something because it's gotta come out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to get that.
it's gotta come out. If it don't,
Get
it
that
give me a
crazy out.
headache. Kind of like I don't know if you ever seen The Office when uh, it's an episode where the guy was like trying to sing and the girl stopped him because he was getting on her nerves with the singing, and he's like, I gotta do it or I'm gonna catch a headache.
Dang. What's the appeal of The Office? I never watched it,
Oh,
but I hear so
dude.
many people talk about it.
Oh my God, so great, so great.
Is it?
Yes, yes, I love that show.
I'm gonna have to check it out. What do you love about it?
just the quirkiness. Yeah, it's just quirky, just stuff, office shenanigans,
It's
and
a comedy show, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Big on comedy too. We talked about sports. Well, comedy is also big too. I take a comedy show any day. I love comedy. I've been trying to get Jarrell to let me get on stage, but he's been kind of like holding me back.
Oh,
I feel like he's Jay-Z and I'm Kanye. He keeps
You,
holding me back. So Jarrell, if you watching this show, I'm telling you, I'm ready to get on stage.
he's got that Hope Hood coming up
Yeah,
in
I
May.
know, I know.
Yeah, I think you should just come and heckle him
I,
until he lets you on
I
stage.
begged and pleaded him, man. I've been texting him like, bro, I'm ready, man. He's like, I want to go on and see what you do. I want to see some stuff. I'm like, come on, man, I'm ready, man. Just get me on stage, bro.
put me in,
Put me
coach.
on, right?
Yeah, yeah. Throw me in the game, even though I ain't even practice
I didn't
it.
practice. Just put me out there. I'm the catcher.
Coming in clutch. But yeah, I think you should just come to the show and like give him a
Well, see,
hard
you
time
gave me
until
an
he puts you on
opportunity.
stage.
You gave me an opportunity to get on stage. I was nervous. I don't know why. I think some of my jokes. It was some old jokes though. I was trying to bring them back, but I still got on stage though. It was cool. It felt good.
Right?
It felt good.
That was at Good Vibes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what Good Vibes is there for, to provide people a space to share what's on their heart, and whether it's the first time or 100th time, let's come and grow together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's at the heart of everything that we're doing. So again, we want to thank you for being a part and saying yes to coming on the show, getting a chance to get to know you a little better. We're gonna have to have your wife on the show next season.
Yeah. Bring her on, man. Good luck. Good luck. My wife is not. She's not like me.
No.
Yeah. You have a very quiet show.
Uh-huh.
My wife, if she stays on set, that is
Yeah.
if she stays on
So you can
set.
just take off.
Do we have time? Because I'm gonna tell an embarrassing story.
Let's do it.
So the first time I had my wife on my show, she's gonna hate me for this. But the first time I had her on my show, my wife sat down behind the microphone. This is radio, so ain't nobody seeing her.
Right.
She sat down, she sits behind the microphone, and she's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, all right. Show comes on. I go, welcome to Straight Talk. She's boy Riccardo Montgomery. And my guest host today is my lovely wife, Erica Montgomery. She's gonna talk to us about what she has going on in the community. So, Erica, what's up? My wife says, I can't do this.
Oh no.
And then she got up and walked out the studio.
Dang.
I go, we'll be right back.
Dang.
And that was the show.
Wow.
I had to change my entire show in less than 2 minutes during a commercial break. Whole show based on her. And she sat behind the microphone and said, I can't do this.
Dang.
And that was all the words she said.
Way to
Got
audible,
up,
man.
walked out the studio, and sat down and waited on me to finish the entire show.
Wow. Okay. So we'll have to work on her a little bit.
So you did real good,
Yeah.
Christina.
Oh,
You did really good.
I run off mentally all the time.
But you stayed.
It's just still here.
It's like you're trapped in the spotlight. So I'm like, if I don't move,
Maybe you'll
Well, it's a
blend
good
in.
thing you got her on the end seat, so she got to go around the guests, so it's kind of
Yeah, she's trapped.
She's trapped
It
there.
was strategic.
Yeah.
Mike gave me some pointers before.
usually I don't really get the real urge until like we're at that break, and I'm like, I
it's
can
a
make an
break time,
excuse as to why I'm not back for the
Right.
second half.
Well, that's a good segue. I don't know if we want to announce it, but what's going on in our next episode? What do you think? Should we keep it as a surprise?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about it. But next show is going to be very fun and very interesting for everyone involved.
All right.
We're pretty
I feel like you
excited.
guys got some news or something. This is
No.
big news. This is no big news.
No.
No, not yet. Not yet. But we're going to
Let
have...
me have to put my journalism hat on. Man. I still got it. I'll pull a LeBron and be like, ding.
Come dig it
Journalist
out.
hat on, start flipping questions out here.
Right. No, just our next guest will be a very special episode. So we're looking forward to it. But before we go, do you want to let the people know again how they can get in touch with you, where they can find your shows?
Well, the best place to get in touch with me is through social media. Just go on to Facebook, look me up, Riccardo Montgomery. You'll find everything. Google has a great way of finding me also because like you said, Mr. Media. So everything is on. As soon as you type in my name, you'll see every single thing about me. Um, but yeah, watch Straight Talk every week, Fridays on KCRO right here in Omaha, 6:60 a.m. 106.7 in Lincoln on Fridays, streaming on every platform for all day Friday long. So you don't have to wait to hear it on the radio. It's on every streaming service. As soon as you wake up, listen to it on your way to work. Listen to it. And if you don't want to listen to what I'm talking about, at least listen to the artists that we have on there. Support them because we have a vast majority of artists, and more and more and more people are sending information in, sending their music in, requesting can they how to get their music on the platform on the radio. And also, we may even we throw in a video or two on Straight Talk television side also, just to keep that thing going. Then also Video Soul, check that out. Get all the videos of all these artists. So everyone who has one, we're just here, man. We're here to help grow the Christian community, but have fun with it too. I don't. Christ, I mean, God made us all who we are, and we all have a part. And there's something in it. Some of us are super serious, some of us are super lighthearted. I'm one of those ones super lighthearted, so I want to bring you something that you can just enjoy at any time with your family, by yourself. If you're going through anything, just know that someone's praying for you, even if they don't know who you are. So that's it. That's it, man.
Awesome. Thanks again, man, for being here, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm on our podcast. I'm on our humble podcast, man. It's just like the next step to like the greatest thing ever after this. I'm gonna tell everybody when I get off the thing, man. I'm going on social media immediately, be like, man, look, I was on set with GT and Christina, man. Y'all don't understand how big this is. It's huge.
Hopefully it will be, but this is just the beginning. So
That's why you see this. You could be humble because it's your show. Our humble podcast. Me, I'm turned up. I'm drunk. I'm excited.
Nice. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you tune in because it's gonna be a special episode. Peace.